Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous Tuesday. I'm here with the skeleton crew, of course. Little throwback here. Steven had to go over there to hit the button.
We did. We had to run back to the thing.
Because
that was exciting.
Something went wrong.
So there's working. How's everything look and sound? We're going to be talking about Commoner today. If you're watching this video, it is a live stream, and it's going to be all about the Commoner format. We're going to play some games. We're going to talk about the format, what we learned last time we played it. We're going to chat with the audience a little bit. How's everybody doing out there? Alex Becker, shout to you. He said he had a friend go into Nationals, drop their spot. Says he has a free room if I make the trip.
Is it too late to use a PTI? You could talk to a friend and be like, hey, you got a PTI for me? And sneak on in that national championship?
I don't think I'm the kind of person that uses a PTI at these events.
I don't know what that means.
I think I'm the kind of person who plays some draft and then goes to a speakeasy or something.
Dude, so I was doing research with Ian about where we're going to go in the evenings after the tournaments. And I found like 7 different speakeasy/cocktail bars.
That means they're not speakeasies. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, when we're just advertising them on Google, it's not really the same vibe, is it?
Google speakeasy, necessarily.
You don't?
It's not like it's just right there in front of you. You have to do some research. But yeah, it's impossible.
That's what they say.
If there were actual speakeasies, there probably are. We just don't know about them.
They are, yeah.
It's like that place we went in Dallas. Remember?
Yes.
The back room behind the kitchen.
That Mr. Brendan Patrick took us to.
Did you hear the big news?
No. Is he getting married?
The big news. Brendan Patrick has retired from the game of Flesh and Blood.
I totally knew he would. Did he say that publicly?
No, sort of. He has been announced as it's a longtime friend of me to rival, now back to something else.
Arsenal Pass, etc.
Yeah, host at Arsenal Pass. He has been announced as one of the commentators at the World Championship.
Oh, I see. So he took the easy way out, yeah.
He is not even playing, which means that the hype and the build-up to the finale of our feud live on camera at the World Championship at Fab cannot happen.
Yeah.
He's removed himself. Although I did see someone posted a clip of a GIF of someone doing an elbow drop into the announcer's table on a wrestling match. So if I end up on camera, we never know what's going to happen.
Gosh. Can you imagine?
The camera follows me, I go back to where the commentators are, and it's just the fight breaks out.
That would actually be sick. You should know, Zach, that our restream right now is not pulling in YouTube comments, so I'm gonna go get those. I thought it was a little quiet out there. And
can I just go to the Discord channel? You think that's working?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it is, right? Bryce, we got that online? Right, Bryce. Great.
That's where I have been going.
Okay.
But
we're going.
If it's not working there,
I'm gonna get there with you too, so I don't feel so alone. Yeah. Because being on stream with you, Zach, sometimes it does feel pretty lonely. It does feel like
the comments are not coming in on the Discord.
Oh my gosh,
if they're not...
Oh, because they're not coming into Restream.
Yeah, if they're not coming to Restream, I think it's a problem. So I'm going to pull up the YouTube video.
All right, so pull up the YouTube. We'll get there.
So, among other bits of information and news, we got some spoilers for Dynasty. Some promos got leaked from the Armory kit.
You know, we sure did get some, and they're interesting. I have some thoughts.
Would you like another young hero that's not playable and constructed?
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely get on that soapbox if you'd like, but I don't think anybody's really looking for that.
Can I grab the box? Just kidding.
But what it does signal to me is that it's PvE time. I mean, there's no other reason.
I will tell you, I would go from 0 excitement to 100 excitement real quick once that's out. A lot of these cards.
We got cocktails coming too. Man, what a day! It's just nonstop excitement.
It's getting more and more fabulous by the minute.
Thank you very much. Ice for the first time, right?
We have ice.
We haven't had ice in.
That's an upgrade. That's a nice ice cube.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
If you're otherwise unaware, we're deep in the process of working on what we call 3.0. It's the third iteration of our local store here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Met with the architects earlier this week for the first time in person. We've been talking with them for like a year and a half, almost 2 years.
You're gonna like that.
And is this a Desperado?
It must be. Yeah, it must be, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tequila old fashioned, one of my favorite drinks. I used to not think I liked tequila.
Yeah, as it turns out, it's great.
Yeah, like most things
in life, it's great. You just have to expose yourself to it.
So anyways, we met with them, very exciting, first time in person. They had the plans up on the wall physically printed.
It was so cool.
And I'll tell you, we're taking I'll just be candid. We're taking a pretty big risk for this entire project. It's just a big, massive undertaking. All of that is, the underpinning of that is a belief that being in person, face-to-face with people, is actually valuable and important and special, and you can't replicate that online. And meeting with him in person was just a really great sign that that's true.
Yeah.
Because
it was
being
better.
in the, pun intended, flesh and blood was way better. Like the conversation was way more productive. It was more enjoyable.
It was crazy, notably better.
Super good. So anyways, we're working on a cocktail menu for that, which is why we usually actually try drinks on Wednesdays. But this is our last stream this week. I'm headed out of town for the national championship for Fab this weekend in Charlotte. And so we won't be streaming the next 2 days.
Maybe I'm coming with you.
Dude, if you while out and pull it...
I'm getting in the bottom of the plane.
Hey, let's just... let me
Put me in your carry-on.
I'm just going to look at this. If you were on the same flight as us, how much that would cost at this point.
I'm just talking about how my weekend's free for the first time in a long time this weekend.
Well, I mean, it could not. It could be free in
Which
Charlotte.
means I'm probably going to keep it free.
I just want to look.
You just take a look. I mean, you can just take a look.
What do you think?
When would I need to get there? Like Friday?
So
Saturday?
We're leaving technically on Thursday.
Oh, that's not happening.
I'm just gonna look.
Yeah, just take a look.
Just a peek.
Just a small peek. Just to see. Just to see.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
How much is it?
It's about $700 round trip.
Yeah, $700 round trip. Man, that's crazy. $700, Zach. I mean, it's inconceivable what I could do with $700.
Yeah, I mean, you could drive. That would also be expensive. Gas.
Just call up Alex, be like, I'm on my way.
Yeah. Now, I mean, we could start a Patreon real quick.
No, there's no way that's happening.
A GoFundMe.
No way that's happening. It's too selfish.
See if we can get some travel gear in there while we're at it.
No. Now, maybe we could do it. We could put it on the company card. I could shoot some videos while I'm there or something.
Oh, there it is. That somehow is also exactly the same.
We could count it as a cost. We could write it off. It's a long business lunch the whole weekend.
Don't call it a lunch. You only get to write half that off as a tax deductible.
It's a business. What is it? Then a business asset.
It's just a marketing expense.
It's a marketing expense.
Yeah, you just throw it right there in the marketing thing.
Easy, man.
Yeah,
Let's
that was
do
a
it.
meal at Andolini's Pizzeria. That was a marketing expense.
I was talking to them about tabletop games.
Yeah, no, we bought gift cards as prizes.
That's
prizes for. It really is true. The meals are only half. You only get to write half of those. I think travel is the same thing. So
is it worth $350 to go? Basically. Yeah. I guess we'll find out.
Well, just because it's a business expense doesn't mean it doesn't cost money.
Yeah, well,
you
that's
have to
true.
spend that money.
That's true. But you get to write it off if you're profitable. Big if throughout our history.
Or you could just profit it. I don't know. Or we could spend it on anything else productive.
So you're saying I'm not going to Charlotte?
That's up to you, dude. It's just $700 and you're in. Plus, you have a free hotel room though.
So I have a free hotel room. Apparently,
that does
I don't know that
offset-
Alex said it was free necessarily. He said it was available.
Okay, that's different. But if it's free, that doesn't offset some of the cost.
If I wandered by the room on a Friday night and it's like there's a spare bed and I'm like, can I just sleep in that bed? I think he'd say yes.
Mansant has another idea. He said, sack the 3.0 launch and just buy a plane ticket.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's actually even better.
Yeah.
Or we could bake a private plane into the mortgage as well. And then we could use it and we wouldn't have to have these kinds of problems like Taylor Swift.
I was going to say I could tweet at Taylor Swift and see if she let us borrow her jet. Kindly, generously, as a friend. Speaking of which, new Taylor Swift album coming out soon. Midnights. Very excited about that.
That's so funny.
Do we have poll capability right now?
Yep.
I would be curious. So we did a podcast where we reviewed Taylor Swift's album Reputation.
One of our most popular, in fact.
It was both our most loved and most hated.
Yeah.
So I would be curious, quick poll. If we did a podcast episode reviewing the next Taylor Swift album, would you be in favor or not in favor of that?
I guarantee you it's going to be 75% in favor.
I mean...
But of the people in favor of it, half of them are going to write afterwards and say they hated it. That's just how it goes on the internet out there today.
Perhaps. Obsidian saying we need a TC bus painted in the branding. We talked about that a long time ago.
I do like that.
Remember
We'll call it
the Spoils tour bus?
What was John McCain's thing? The no nonsense express or whatever? Straight Talk Express. We could have our version of that. And we would invite to say, we know you guys have burning questions for it. Get on the bus. New York Times invited.
Yeah.
Get Washington Post over there.
It could be
Get
cool.
the Miami Sun.
If we had a road show.
Los
We could
Angeles
stream from the bus.
paper.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Straight. It's the whole studio in the bus, right?
Yeah.
And then we could visit every game store in America. On the bus.
Easy.
One long trip.
We gotta
all
we'll do it Ramsey style. He's got that To Hell show. Have you seen this?
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah,
I was
Gordon
thinking Dave
Ramsay.
Ramsay. I was like,
He's got the bus, and then the bus converts into a kitchen where all the staff like learn skills.
So it converts into a
our
game
bus could convert into a
space?
gaming space that doesn't feel awful to be in,
Mm.
and then we could be like, "See,
Dude,
isn't
this is a
nice?"
new business idea. We could have a mobile gaming space.
And then we could sell Netflix.
Of course.
Because like they're
the
doing
show. Definitely sell the show to Netflix.
they're doing shows that are about nothing now.
They followed Ewan McGregor on a bike, on a motorcycle
and
across
nobody
Europe.
likes Ewan McGregor, right?
To be fair,
Like, that's
I would
silly.
absolutely watch Ewan McGregor going across Europe on a motorcycle with his buddies.
They've got all sorts of weird stuff on Netflix now.
There was that Zac Efron thing.
Yeah, and we're at least, the two of us together, at least 3/4 of Efron.
Definitely.
Yeah, in fact, if you
I mean,
smash
I'm
us
Zach.
together,
You're the Efron.
They did the
we're already at halfway with your name.
two guys from Outlander. Did you see that one?
Oh, yeah. The two guys from Outlander going across Scotland.
Outlander is just that romance novel in show form.
Yeah, it actually started as a novel.
Did it? Well,
Just so you're aware.
Shannon's watched it, and every time I look over, it's just skin.
Yeah, well,
It's one of
Yeah.
those. It's like,
yeah, that kind of content I hear is popular in general.
I think I know why you're watching this one, and I don't think it's about the Scottish accent.
I mean, that probably doesn't hurt. To be honest,
She did ask me actually. The
I
other
mean,
day
at
to
least you're
start
like Scottish
speaking in a
lineage.
Scottish accent.
My wife's
so-
watching it. It's like, wait a second.
Hold on a second. Zach, can you start talking in a Scottish accent?
Man, my ability to do accents and or song lyrics bad. So bad. I can't. It's bad.
We should have a night where we just have you try to do accents. I think it would be really funny.
A night or a stream.
And a stream.
Could be both.
They would go together
Yeah.
correctly. And it's the new store. We're in the new studio.
Accent night.
We've got air conditioning. And to celebrate, Zach's going to do whatever accent you request for the next hour.
What could possibly go wrong? This is definitely what we need out there. Anyways, all that to say.
With max
Oh,
sensitivity.
dude, you know what? To relate it to this chat here, the tickets to that event could be NFTs.
Easy.
Let's tie it all in.
Well, Brendan's not playing Fab anymore, so he can help us run our NFT business.
All right.
Because he's a child of the movement or whatever. You
The
know,
movement.
he knows what all the alphabet stuff means. NFT, non-fungible. Everyone knows it's non-fungible, but do you know what a DAC is?
I mean,
DAO? Deauthorized, decentralized finance vehicle or something. Basically, it's a board of shareholders.
Yeah. My question is, where are all the fungible tokens?
Yeah, I think they're in reality, man. I think we can actually use them for something meaningful.
Like the Chuck E. Cheese tokens? The coins? You know what I'm talking about?
That's what I'm investing in myself. Chuck E. Cheese dollars.
I don't know what is in. I know what's in here today. I look over at the cocktail. It's like,
Also,
what's
it's your
happening?
last day. You're gallivanting out of this, so
Yeah.
this is a really
Yeah.
fun stream.
I'm
You don't
out
have to
of
worry
here.
about
Plus, we're
anything.
playing Commoner. Back to the topic here.
I'm investing in
So-
fungible tokens. Let me see if I can get a. I nothing's working today.
You
So
can't mark the time code.
time
Sorry,
code
Bryce.
is now. We'll start now as something
Uh,
meaningful.
So let's talk about what is Commoner.
Okay.
We didn't. We kind of glossed over it last week. It's essentially the Blitz deck building format. So
Yes.
40 cards.
Commoner format.
Yeah, 40 cards. 2 copies of any card in your deck. No sideboard for the cards in your actual deck.
40 cards locked.
Yeah, 2 of each.
2 of each
Up
card.
to 2 of
Standard
each.
blitz.
You also get 11 weapon equipment slots. Just
Okay.
like, I think that's the same as Blitz.
11 in your armory.
Yeah. The new caveat, and this is where the format gets its name, is that the cards in your deck can only be common.
Nailed it.
Hence why it's commoner. And you can actually run 2 not common cards, rares, in the equipment and weapon slots.
Okay, so you can have an upgraded weapon or equipment. Now,
Yeah.
interesting thing about that is the rare slot on equipment in particular does not necessarily mean stronger.
Mm-mm.
And it rarely means that in any game, but a lot of times it's and a lot of times it's unusable because a rare weapon might carry with it a lot of majestic needs to make it function.
The majestic needs, yes.
Yes,
I
I
mean, 'cause
myself
you can't
have
play
majestic
or
needs.
legendary cards. So I actually think it's possible eventually they will make even the equipment only common. There's just not that much, there's only so many common equipment pieces and weapons, right, that are just tied in. We played this last week, and we were playing Bravo versus Kano, going back.
That was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. You know what? I noticed about Commoner, and this is one of the great strengths of the format, especially if you're learning a hero like Kano, is that it does teach you that basic fundamental exchange that you're trying to make with the hero. if I had learned Commoner Kano first
Mm-hmm.
and then gone into play 20 cards in a turn Kano, that would have been a way better transition for me.
I remember early on trying to play Kano, and it felt like looking into the void.
Yeah. But it's way easier with Commoner because it's just less complex.
Yeah.
You don't have as many things stacking up, combos you're going for. Really, it's a format, it's very much like a limited format in that you are looking for good numbers turn over turn over turn. And whoever gets that is typically going to win. You know, you don't have your big moments. Like we were talking about Kasaya here playing today. You don't even have blood on your hands. You don't have your main card. Bolton doesn't get Lumina, right? Like, so what do? It's like, well, you block well and you attack well. That's what you do. You try to get the best numbers you can turn over turns. I think it's a really good learning format. Very good for that.
Yeah, and I would assume on a fundamental level, if your hero doesn't have a way to do damage that your opponent can't prevent, right? Kano doing enough arcane that they can't arcane barrier it. Bravo has dominate.
Reinhardt has Intimidate.
Those heroes that can't do that are because if you were limited on the ability to scale up past doing 12 damage in a turn, which is where everyone could block 12 potentially if they run all 3 blocks.
Yeah.
Then it will be challenging. You have to keep in mind like the fatigue element, which in Classic Construct a lot of times more cards and more power. So that's never even really a concern in a lot of those games. Like you don't even get close to decking. But it reminds me so much of our early days of Fab, when whether because the game was at that state or we were just not very good at it, the games go longer and the turn structures are simpler, but then it's almost harder because actually figuring out how to deal damage, and you have to answer the fundamental question, how does my hero deal damage? But it's been a while since I've had to genuinely ask that question in a Classic Constructed deck.
Yeah.
It's like apparent how I'm going to do damage because there's all these big things I'm trying to do.
Sure.
Whereas
They're
this
way
is
greater than the sum of their parts.
Yeah.
This is a good format to teach those fundamental concepts for that reason, like that you're talking about. It's like there's two things you learn in Fab really quickly, and Commoner brings these out. One, who has the better weapon, and the onus is on the other person to finish the game.
Yeah.
And then 2 is what happens similarly if my deck runs out before my opponent's, and having to actually manage that. Like if I'm throwing 1 card at you and it's going to do 1 additional damage, and then I put 2 more cards into that and it does 3 additional damage, do I want to take that linear curve and lose 3 cards in the process? We talk about this really early in Fab Foundations. Or is the 1 card sufficient? I'm going to block with these 2 or just save them so that I can get to the end game making the kind of exchanges I want. Because you really don't want to play inefficiently, because a lot of times you'll just end up not having cards at the end of the game. So it's a fascinating little format, and we're going to play Chain and Kasai today, and these are 2 heroes that are going to play a slightly different game. Chain's ramping up as usual, but not so much, because you don't have the cards in this deck, I don't think, where you can ramp up to the point where you're just unstoppable, because you're still commons, right? You do get seeds back though, so we're gonna see how good that is. I think it's gonna be really good.
I mean, I think Chain's fundamental strength is still there, which is he gets the Soul Shackles. It allows him to banish cards and have bigger hands, so he can block and still threaten quite a bit. He loses Husk, notably.
Big deal. Everyone loses everything.
Yeah, so and I'm going to be playing Kasai, Warrior. It's funny, we switched from our normal. I'm normally playing Runeblade and Steven playing the Warrior. And we'll see how that goes.
So let's finish up kind of the basics of Commoner here. What do you think if you're approaching... So first of all, it's a great format and correctly said by Will Stevens. Super great when you can only afford 1 box of boosters. So it's a fantastic budget format as well. Very affordable. You can really get pretty well fleshed out decks probably with a booster box of whatever heroes are in that booster box set. But how do you approach the deck building? So you've got a box of commons, you've got a ton of stuff. How do you choose between this, that, or that in your Kasai deck, for instance?
Yeah, I mean, if you are starting with actually just a single box, I think you could easily do that. Pick a hero, buy the set they're in. You'll probably get 2 of most of the commons. So, and you'll probably get most of the things that you can play in that reality. There's obviously generics and stuff. I think Welcome to Wraith is a great set for Commoner because you get so many of those basic tools that you would need. But for me, like you were saying earlier, I think one thing that's really important is the weapon. So if you have a weapon, what is that weapon? How do you make use of that weapon? Because if your opponent runs out of cards and you have a weapon, you just keep swinging the weapon If you both run out of cards and you have a weapon and they don't, that's a problem.
It's a big
They
problem.
don't have a weapon that can deal damage. Like Kano, his staff doesn't directly deal damage. So he has to finish the game before he runs out of cards.
Yeah. And that's why it has that kind of can't block mentality. I think a lot of the arcane damage too.
Yeah. But then answering the basic question, how do I actually get damage in? How do I win the game? So I actually built this Kasai deck yesterday. And Warrior, the primary way that I saw, especially the common card pool is cool because it's so small. So I went to Fabrary, added Kasai as my hero, picked the commoner format, and then I just pulled up a full list of all the cards I could include. And so I just scanned through there to see what's there. And I'm looking for what are the weapons, and then what are the ways I can actually win the game.
Yeah.
And Warrior's way of winning the game is reaction speed.
Yeah.
100%. So you force your opponent to block. It's commoner format, so they can't sideboard. In Constructed, if you have D-Reacts, you normally side them in against Warrior because you put one of those in Arsenal. Doesn't count as blocking from hand. So all the nasty effects that they get when you do block from hand don't really apply. And then even just reaction speed, it's like the old Razor Reflex problem, which is if your opponent attacks for 3, you block for 3, normally you're fine. But sometimes Warrior can just like add 6 to that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I took 6 damage, so there's 20 health. So if you only have 20 health, I only need to pump past your defense so many times. And because there's no sideboard, my expectation is there's some matches where defense reacts are just dead. Like you're playing Kano last week. So in formats like Commoner and Blitz, people tend to underplay the defensive reacts for that exact reason. You don't want to have them in your deck against things that you can actually never use them against.
Yep.
So that was my win condition, and I was looking at how do I force a lot of damage on turns, and then how do I force damage that can't be stopped.
Yeah. Those are good questions. Does Kasai, and this is a question mark just in general, looking at the hero too and saying like, well, what's the point of running this hero over that hero? So like good question of Kasai over Dory or Dory over Kasai. So Kasai's gain money ability, that copper token, you can't run cash in because it's rare, right?
Yep.
You don't get blood on her hands. Yep. So really your coppers are being used for pay 4 draw a card.
I think it's pay 4 draw a card.
Yeah, I think that's your best bet.
It's something.
It can save you in the end, but it's really about the fact that your second swing is 1 less.
Yeah. So you get basically a free sword swing as long as you have go again on that first sword. She gets to poke twice. I need the Centauri sabers as well.
Did you do red driving blade in there?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. Let me find it. It's interesting because there's actually only so many options.
So many go again options. Yeah. All right, I'll get you the Centauri. So I think you're right. So this is we got a couple of questions on the commoner format, which I guess we will get to here. First of all, Horza got my Netrunner token set from the post. Thanks so much. Much love, Team Covenant.
Talk about
much
tokens.
love to you.
I feel like we should have a FT category on the site.
That's what Mansan made that joke too. That
really?
we actually sell fungible tokens.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. In the case of Keyforge, they're exceedingly fungible. Or are they non-fungible?
No, they're definitely fungible.
What is in non-fungible means you can't reproduce it. It's like one of a kind, unique, etc.
I thought they grow into mushrooms.
Non-fungible.
Yeah, maybe the dumbest joke I've heard in a while landed for me.
All right. The word fungible is an adjective law of goods contracted for without an individual specimen being specified, able to replace or be replaced by another identical item.
So they can be identical, yeah. So our tokens are fungible in the sense that if I have a Fab Armor token and you have a Fab Armor token and you lose yours, I can give you mine and there's no difference. But if you have a unique Amber token from our Keyforge set and I have a unique Amber token and you lose this one, I can't just replace it with this one because it's unique.
Right. But we could.
We could, sure. Just like everybody, yeah, of course, that's kind of the problem with the whole game. But Gage Bacon asking, when evaluating a hero, what aspects determine your thoughts for its floor and ceiling? You want to cover that one?
Well, I think floor and ceiling is just determined by the math on all the cards, right? That's not really a choice. It just is.
It's one part hero and one part the cards the hero has access to.
Yeah, and the weapons. It's just all it's the sum of all the parts that they have access to. Depends, and I think heroes that you just learn this as you play. Heroes that can consistently do whatever it is they're doing usually have a higher floor and a lower ceiling. Mm-hmm. Like Warrior is a class.
Warrior is the example of high floor, low ceiling.
But then warriors that have like that was my Viserai complaint forever. Is sometimes when you're playing Viserai, sometimes you feel like a god.
Yeah.
Like he's just unbelievable what he's doing. And then other times you draw a hand of cards. You have a card in arsenal. It's a 5-card hand. You have a tunic counter ready to go.
Yeah.
And it just does nothing.
You get the potatoes, man.
it's
Classic
just,
potato moment.
You can attack for 4 and gain 2 rune chance. Like that's your turn. You play as red Spellblade Assault. Or sometimes like the best thing you do is play a blue Spellblade Assault.
That feels bad.
I'll do 2 damage and 2 arcane and sit on the rest of my cards. Thanks for playing.
And cry.
Whereas like if you look at warrior, right? If you look at all the cards in this deck.
Now this is barring Bolton, because Bolton is actually just a terribly terrible floor, but high ceiling.
His highs get higher, right? So that's usually now. If the floor is low and the ceiling's high, then you probably just have a busted deck, like Starvo. His worst turns are like pretty good, and then his insane turns are just unbelievable. So that's as a competitive player, a lot of times that's what you're looking for. Is you want the highest floor you can get with the highest ceiling, because if you are actually a good player at the game, then you should be able to make use of that high ceiling.
Yeah, that's space for you to explore.
And if you know that your floor is pretty high, then the odds are you're going to do pretty well at the event.
And honestly, having a high floor, low ceiling hero starting out is a really good way to learn the game.
Yeah,
which is why Warrior can be so good in that.
Early, I was learning on Bravo and you were learning on Dorinthia, which I feel like she can have high highs, but it kind of requires your opponent to allow those to exist.
Totally. Or you can play Azalea, which is low floor, low ceiling. She's down there in the pits.
The interesting thing about this is, that's true. Nice thematic call out there. Like back in ProQuest season, the first ProQuest season this year, I, at the Covenant event, chose to play Briar in a meta where, specifically because her floor was higher than Viserai's. Yeah. And then I top 8'd that event. But then the next day I won in Edmund on Viserai, who has lower lows but higher highs. Partially as just a meta read on what was going on and what people were playing. And then figuring out, well, if I want to beat Starvo, I need to go as high as I can possibly go.
That was the game when Starvo was out.
And I did. That was back when we had the skeleton, and all things were right with the world.
So that's the commoner format. We're gonna dive into some games now, starting with Chain v Kasai. I'm playing Chain because I felt like Chain's one of these heroes that about the time Chain was hitting, I was not interested in the level of complexity that Chain represented. I remember talking to Dante about all the different calculus involved in pitch stacking and getting your bottom set up so that your last Blood Debt, Soul Shackle turns are just baller and all this kind of stuff. And that all sounded cool, but like it was not what I was interested in doing. It felt overwhelming at the time. So I'm going to try to learn Chain in Commoner. I've basically stayed away from Chain, one part because it's Ruined Blade and one part because it's complex. So I'm going to hopefully have a Kano experience where it's like, oh, I understand the fundies here, and then I can appreciate what everybody's doing at the competitive level. Even though Chain's gone now from CC, yeah?
Yep.
He'll be back. I think he'll be back.
The only living legend that I constructed, right?
Yeah, it's only CC. You still play him in Blitz. Still play him in Blitz, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Restream bot Obesely Morbid said, how do you feel about certain heroes losing the lows over time? At some point, Leviah will have all the exact cards she needs, right? Some X amount of releases in the future. Conceivably, every hero gets better as more cards are released.
Yeah,
conceivably.
And I think the other kind of genius thing about the way they set up, constructed is over time the best heroes also rotate out because of the Living Legend system. So even now, the game has slowed down, and certain heroes are better than they used to be just because the things that were better than them don't exist anymore.
Is it time for Axes, man? Can I play Axes yet?
I think you can definitely play them.
What a vote of confidence.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out. Anybody have any questions along the way? We're happy to chat. We're just hanging out today. There's nothing fancy going on. I saw Hayden. Arsenal Pass Hayden. He was doing some live streaming a few days ago on the Flesh and Blood Online format, I think. He was just streaming online games and chatting.
Talishar?
That was cool.
They've rebranded.
Is it Talishar? Yeah.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, maybe that's. I mean, Teleshare's not that much better, is it? I mean, that's
I mean,
trademarked word, I imagine.
I don't think that's trademarked.
Is it not?
They won't trademark every word. That's just
Okay.
trademark processes.
Surely they'd trademark the best weapon in the game. Wow.
It was the weapon of choice in a deck that won a national championship recently.
Yeah, not crazy.
So
is that Wombat Dash or Dingo Dash or whatever?
It is Wombat Dash, yeah.
Okay, I've got everything set up, I think.
Mansant saying he streams 4 times a week.
4 times a week. I think Mansant has a problem. I think he may be addicted to Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, he has the Steven syndrome too.
Yeah.
He just won't play good decks.
He just wants to grind the worst hero, but the highs are so high when you win. And he's actually quite good with Levia.
Yeah.
Levia can be good.
Yeah.
The numbers are there.
Well, problem is that that's a hero that the floor is low and the ceiling is medium.
Yeah, definitely.
So like it can go very bad.
Yeah.
And it can also go pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's currently it's not really a situation. Just being objective, I don't think it's a situation where it ever goes real good.
You know what it's like? You know what? Actually, I just realized this. What it's like playing Levia is you're standing on the ceiling when you're there, but 90% of that ceiling has no support underneath. So if you make one misstep, you literally fall back to the floor.
Yeah. Or if the deck
and
makes
die.
one wrong thing, it's like that.
Sometimes you fall off the house.
You remember the WWF Mankind cage match with all the tacks on the?
Oh yeah, I do.
So then it's like he's on top of the cage, but like we all know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we all know what's gonna happen.
If you fall through the cage, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Although technically, if there's enough tacks, wouldn't it perfectly support your body? Didn't we learn that about nails? You know, you can lay on a bed of nails.
But there were not enough. It was gruesome. I can't believe they aired that.
Yeah, we were ruined in many ways. The kids are worse though. Man, we had it good. Who knows what they're watching these days? The kids, you know.
The kids these days.
They're investing in crypto at the age of 5, you know.
What is a crypto? All right, Eva Steven.
Man, that'd be a good verse. Like I was watching Tales from the Crypt. Now they're investing in crypto. Wouldn't that be great? I'll start my hip hop act.
Yeah, please.
Did you know that?
We'll have the hour-long power hour with Zach doing accents, followed by Steven's hip hop jam session.
I'll just put some verses in.
Yeah.
Did you know that Trevor, our previous kind of distant brand consultant here in Tulsa,
I still have the coffee cup,
which was such an interesting journey for us.
Yeah. It's part of the journey.
It definitely helped us solidify what we did not want. He's pursuing a hip hop career.
Really?
Yeah.
That is amazing. How is that going for him?
I don't know. I haven't heard much about it, so I can't imagine it's terribly well.
He didn't send you his LP?
If you're out there, Trevor, I hope you're doing well. I really do. Remember the Wishbone TV show? I do. What's the story, Wishbone? You think it's worth a look? Like a story from a book or Dangling on Adventure or something? Like a story from a book? Evens odds. It's 3. That's you.
I'll go first, I guess. You're on chain.
Yeah, John correctly saying I feel like this matchup should be switched because usually I'm the warrior, you're the rune blade, but this is what Commoner allows you to do. Feel safe in a win.
Let's give you a mulligan.
Right? How do I create an aura?
I'm gonna play a red brandish.
Oh, I can just do it right there. Okay.
Can you hook me up with tokens?
Yeah.
3 coming at you. If it hits, my next weapon attack this turn gets +1.
Okay.
What could go wrong? Thank you.
Blocks for 2? That's not a warrior card. I wouldn't run that. You only have so many options. It's Commoner.
We were scraping.
All
right.
So it does. So the good cards. Oh, these are
1 for 3, potentially +1 though.
These are all good cards, dog.
Well, I'm gonna make you block.
Okay. Don't get all of them, if you would, please. I'm not going to be attached to anything, including that red Riftbind.
Ooh, that's a pitch that card. All right, let's try it again. Red brandish.
Okay. How about a ghostly visit yellow there?
Swing sword for 2.
How about a blue read the runes for 2 there?
Nailed it. Arsenal pass.
Didn't even have a reaction as opening hands. So a bad warrior player right there.
Or maybe he's a genius. Ooh-wee.
Okay, now, wait just a minute. Oh, I've got all reds. Oh no.
Yeah, welcome to London, fam. You should have kept that blue. You'll learn. We'll play a couple.
Dude, no, but you don't take the risk on keeping the blue. No way.
Yeah, that's some other card to block with, right?
The card that's better than that. I've got a full hand. I can just stack it up. It's fine. Because I got this Rifted Torment I don't need. I've got this. I'll throw this in the arsenal. How much does this thing cost? 1? I have to play an attack and a non-attack.
Welcome to Runeblade. This is going to be awesome.
And my next action is go again? This is dumb.
You can give us sword to go again.
This is crazy.
Love it.
Okay.
Richard Bear Gardner. Well, hello all, and hello more common. Welcome to the party.
Draw a card. All right, I've got some ideas here. I'm going to take a big risk. You ready for that? This is what's the ratio of blues that I'm working with here?
You sent me the list.
Oh, did I?
Let me look.
Just tell me if this is a blue or not, or a yellow.
I wouldn't bet on it.
What about the chat? Would they help me?
If there were a poll, I wouldn't think they would bet on it either.
You think that's a red?
I don't think it's a blue.
A yellow would be okay.
Where'd you send this to me at?
I don't know, email or messages or something. All right, so I'm supposed to make shackles. Okay. Let's just do, we'll play some fundies here.
Thomas Lindner. Awesome. I made it in time for the live. Just want to say thanks for introducing me to Flesh and Blood. Sold a few magic cards the other day to get a cold foil Winter's Whale and the classic Battles deck. Well, welcome to the party, Thomas. Happy to have you here.
Attack action card and the problem is you just want to do it all, don't you?
Chris JCD saying Zach's commoner deck's looking a lot like my classic constructed deck.
I'm going to create a shackle because you're supposed to do that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play a Shrill for 7 with Go again.
Yeah, that is how that works.
And I'm going to pitch a Ghostly Visit and a Rifted Torment red there.
Get my house rolling. Alright, so you pitch 2, you got 1 left.
No, I've only got the...
You have one card.
1 card in hand, yeah.
I do.
You got a rune chant token? Like a thing I can put little baubles on? Or you just want me to put a dice up here?
What do you need a rune chant token for?
Well, eventually I might need one.
I see. I don't have a rune chant token.
I'll grab it. It's fine. I'll just put a little die up here and we can remember together.
7. Well, it's time for me to choose, isn't it?
No, you're playing warrior, man. You block 2 and then you swing back with a bunch of value.
I have a poll update for you.
Yeah.
53%, so it was close, said no, we do not need a Taylor Swift podcast update.
Nearly half of the people, over half,
Nearly half. Yeah, almost half.
don't want a Taylor Swift podcast.
89 voted out of 100 watching.
Wow.
Which is a very
Yeah.
inclusive vote.
Okay, so some of you would enjoy it. Maybe we start a whole new podcast that's just
Yeah.
Taylor Swift reactions.
The bummer about that poll is that we have never really cared.
Block 5, take 2.
That's how we got here to begin with, you know?
Yeah, that's why we do all these throwbacks.
Nah, we'll be cool. Okay, this is not optimal. However, I'm just gonna play Read the Runes for 3.
Okay, yeah. It's fine value. Alright. I'm gonna play...
I need health, huh?
It's more of a concept than anything.
That's right. SoCal Casual is correct. 53% of the chat is dead wrong.
Legendary saying half the chat is right, half the chat is getting banned.
I would actually wager that the people wanting that podcast and not wanting that podcast are equally passionate about that answer.
That's how you know it's good content.
That's right. They say no publicity is bad publicity.
That is what someone said.
Or bad publicity is good publicity. What did they say?
No publicity is bad publicity.
Bad publicity is no publicity.
Basically, people talking about you is good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play red sharpened steel.
Right on. That's a +3 right there for a card.
Centauri Saber, swinging at you for 5.
For 5.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay. So we need these cards. I want to pitch these cards. Siege are the ones that I want to pitch there, right? Okay. This feels like the kind of thing where I should try to swing the sword as much as possible. Would you say that's a fair thing?
It is. Yeah, sword's good.
All right, that does not currently have go again. You got 2 up, you got 1 card in hand, you got bolties ready to go. I have any armor? No armor. I got 1 armor. Battle worn. Wow. Okay. No hit effect. Gallantry gold not being used. You've got...
We have not table pit. UPF is hard to play with 2 players.
This is absolutely a reaction. What is that, overpower?
You know what it is.
Is it a route?
It could be a lot of things. I think route's rare, otherwise it'd be on my deck.
Oh, it's not a route then. All right.
What up, Agent Zero Comics? And hello, folks.
Is it a Blade Runner?
It could be.
Sure looks like one.
You don't know. It could be a pump or it could be a next attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's to say, really?
So do you even block it, right? Do you just... You don't
feel
block
this way every day.
You don't block it. The reprise, I don't want it. I'm not going to block that at all.
All right. No, I will react.
Yeah.
Go again and +2 to my next sword.
That's right.
And I'll swing this for free.
And that's coming in for 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to block that for 4.
You got it.
I knew. Don't have to fool me twice. All right, I'm going to start out. I'm going to use chain. I'm going to create a soul shot. Oh, wait, I got to banish my stuff first. 1 banish is a bounding demigod. That's a card I can play.
Yep. You have to play non-attack action first, though.
You don't have to. Oh, yeah, you do. I guess I should listen. And that's going to be a blood debt guy. Ah, so there are unknowns when you come into your turn. You got to honor that. Okay. Okay. I can do that. Okay. Do 1 arcane to target hero. Okay. Go again. Blood debt. Meet and greet. Could happen. And then that. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Check this out. All right. An attack and another thing. Okay. I'm going to play Seeds of Agony. I see why this is good. This like works really well.
Oh, interesting.
I'm going to play Seeds of Agony. Understood. And then I'm going to create a shackle.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to play a Bounding Demigod. And what that's going to do is make 3 rune min, and then it's going to do 1 arcane from the Seeds of Agony. And then it's going to be 4 damage coming at you with go again.
Yeah. I'll take 4 rune chance.
Okay. I remember doing that.
I'll block 2, take 2.
Okay. And it has go again.
Charlie asking, are pre-orders still going for the gorgeous playmats? Yes, they are. Playmat very similar to the one here. You can find it on our website.
Okay. I'm going to destroy Aether Ironweave to gain 2 money because I played a non-attack and an attack action.
Okay.
2 money. I'm going to pay 1 for a meet and greet. It has go again because I've dealt arcane and it's 4 damage. If it hits, I'll create a rune chant.
That's real good. Not good.
So there's something about this. It feels is something weird. Actually, hold on. This might be a good monologue moment.
For the right hand, I'll block 3, take 1, and get a rune chant.
Okay. And then Rosetta, 2, 2, 1 rune chant.
Take 5.
Just saying, it just feels a little easier than what I've been doing.
It looks easier.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Alex saying no volume on the side cam.
Yeah, on the salt cam, which is correctly named.
Yeah.
What about now? Can you hear me now? If you can't hear me, it's even actually maybe funnier. But I like, maybe that should be our game. It actually is just a silent mic. You just read my lips. Okay.
All right. I am going to use Gallantry Gold.
I love it. Yeah, okay, here's the pivot.
I'm going to pay 1, swing the sword for 3.
2 in hand, 2 on the table, Gallantry online. You're swinging for 3? Nobody blocks that.
That's why I blocked with that Iron Storm response, you know what I mean?
Okay, so, all right, let's start looking at our turn. Okay, felt. So we do this, we do that, we do that. Pass.
Blade Runner.
Okay.
Take 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Hit and Run. We're going to swing this for 9.
9 with go again.
Yeah. Not much I can do with that.
No.
But we'll be here.
9 with go again, you're at 7?
6.
You're at 6. Well, I could maybe just get into the moment. Oh, I didn't use my battle warrant. Oh my gosh, what a fool. Horrible. Zach is horrible. Okay, snap back to reality.
Hope there goes gravity.
Hope there goes gravity. I would be so mad, but he won't give up that easy. Okay, I gotta be careful too, because I got 2 hot missiles coming in. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, they could kill you.
Block 3, take 6.
You got it. 2 hot missiles.
Yeah, just a weird way to say that.
Yeah. But here we are. All right, shackle it up.
Right. First reveal is a piercing shadow vase. If I've dealt arcane damage, it gets +2. It costs 2. Okay, that's a hot potato. Sutcliffe's is dead.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 1 hot potato in the situation here.
Don't take arcane is what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Ergo.
Thomas asking if you guys ever play as Brute.
Yeah. I did a lot of brutes.
There's a long phase of Brute.
There for a while.
Leviah, Reinar, etc., etc.
Okay, this happens. This happens. These are kind of like the same card. If you have Dulled Arcane. Oh, I get it. Okay. Okay, let's shackle. You can see how this happens. I mean, you just want to press that button every time.
Oh, yeah. And then all of a sudden you're out of deck. But you're fine.
There's no weird chain stuff, right? Does this care about the chain? Your next Ruin Blade gains go again. Oh, no, wait, you can't do that yet. Okay, yeah. It's an action card. So I've got to play Seeds.
Yeah, don't sequence that wrong. That will cost you
Seeds first.
the game. Yellow Seeds.
Yellow Seeds, that's right. Yellow Seeds of Agony. No, wait, I don't even want that. Hold on a second. Do you just play it for Rosetta? It's harder than it looks. All right. I'll give you that. It's harder than it looks. You win. There's such a tantalizing possibility to all of these cards.
Appealing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you could sequence it in a way that probably makes it work.
Okay, and then we got the Banish that can save me here. And then I'm gonna roll the dice. Why not, right? Why not? I don't know the construction of the deck, but I'm gonna activate Ebb and Fold here. I'm gonna pitch a blue. I've got 2 floating. I'm gonna banish this Yellow Seeds. Draw a card.
Great. It's a great play.
Cost curve of this deck's a little questionable. Whoever built this thing.
We can find me. You've got like a really gross line already.
Yeah. Okay, so then we're gonna do Goliath. Then we're gonna do Seeds. Okay. Then we're gonna do Shackle. Then we're gonna do. This is the question here. Yeah. Then we're gonna do Shrill for 9 with Kogan.
That's good. Good for you, buddy. Yeah, sure. Black 9.
Okay.
I would take the arcane.
Yeah, 1 Arcane, Black 9. Now here, if I can play the Shadow Ice, that'd be sick. You gotta question yourself.
I'm gonna pay 1 instead of taking that. Okay. So 2 floating. No cards in hand.
All right, and then just swing the sword 2 and 2.
Yeah, we'll pay the 2.
Pay only. You can only pay 1 there
Why can't I only pay 1?
because it's all at once, right?
Yeah, but I paid 2.
Oh, right. Okay.
Bro,
You took 2 there,
took 2.
and then I take 1 from my blood debt.
And you take 1 from blood debt.
Okay.
My turn. Pass.
Pass. Got it. Understood. All right, so this stack is perfectly set up. We love it. 5 to 4. Here we go. Looking for not a brick.
3 shackles.
3 shackles, right? I gotta do. I get more cards. No. Yes. No. Okay. 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 And we got this. We got this. That goes there. None of that is gonna matter. We've got this, and we do have a. Okay. Okay, they're in the wrong place, Zach. I need these guys in the banish zone.
That does happen from time to time. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Does Riftline say you can only play it if you play non-attack, or?
If you play it from a banish zone, you can. If you do it against X, where it's the number of non-attack actions you played this turn. So there are Runeblade hands that I don't have any non-attack actions.
It does happen, yeah. That is one of the biggest
Why don't
problems.
you put more in, if that's the problem?
Well, then you draw all non-attacks, and then you also can't do anything.
Oh.
Yeah. That is the rune. That's what we refer to as the potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can boil them.
But sure that didn't happen to you just now.
No. Okay, let's go Shackle.
Making a deal with the Dark Lord.
Pitch this here.
This here?
And play this here. I don't have any make run chance stuff, right? No, I don't. All right, here comes the Shadow Vice for 4 there.
It's block 3. Take 1.
Okay. It doesn't go again from the Shackle. We got 1 floating.
Clearing that blood debt, eh?
Yeah, well, I think so. Let's play a Riftbind for 3.
Block 3.
Okay, we're going to Scalers here. Give it the go again here. All right, and then we'll do just a red Rifted Torment. 1 floating there.
4, no go again.
4, no go again. I know there's 1 card, Kasai hands, bro.
Yeah, they aren't good.
You gotta have 2. Gotta have 2 every time.
Block 3, take 1.
Yeah. I'm gonna Arsenal here. Pass the turn.
Arsenal pass. Alright, Dark Lord, you owe me 1.
Who's this? Oh, that's the Arsenal card, right? Okay, here's the Shackles. Demigon. Read the Ruins. Shadow Ice. Rip. Needs to happen now.
Did you draw yet?
No.
That should have been your hand. There you go.
Ghostly Visit. Meet and Greet. Piercing. Seeds. Ooh, red seeds. That's good.
That is good.
Okay. That seeds turns it all on. How did people do this without seeds? That's crazy.
Well, they also had every other card in the game.
Crazy. Okay. We have a hand of 7 cards. 8 cards with the arsenal. Let's see what happens. Okay. Gosh. It's just the worst, man. It's so annoying. How many, like, it's crazy. Look at all this hand.
Yeah, what, all these cards? This is
It's
horrible.
dumb. Okay.
I'm used to playing those 2 card hands.
Yeah, it's easier, isn't it? Oh, goodness. Okay, let's go seeds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So far, so good. Then let's go shackle.
Deck's getting thin. I'm trying that fatigue strategy next time.
Yeah. Just, it's just weird. Shackle here. And then you have to have Dull Arcane there. Yeah, gross. Let's pitch here Vice for 5. Or for 3 and 1 Arcane.
This one has to go again from the shackle.
Yeah.
I'll pay the arcane
Okay.
because we can't allow that. And then I will block 3.
You got it. It's got to go again. You blocked the stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got 2 cards in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go. Pitch both of these. Rip their reality for 4.
That's not a sword swing.
Mm-mm.
We're supposed to sword swing.
Not with 2 floating.
Block 3.
I've got a billion cards and no go again.
Take 1.
It all revolves around you taking arcane damage. Weird. I take 1 from the blood dot.
What do you got?
4.
All right.
I'll draw my hand.
Time to pray. Red Ravenous Rabble.
Woo! Show me what you got.
It's a blue. Coming in for 2.
Coming in for 2. Okay. All right. Reveal the top card. Oh.
It'd be a shame if there was another Rabble in my arsenal.
Trade. Put the top card. Oh, wow. Awesome. Okay. Well, I stacked this up, so I know exactly how this is going to go. You only have AB2, so I just need to do any arcane damage over 2.
How do you do that?
How? I don't know.
The rune chains are 1 each.
Yeah. Okay.
If you did 3 at once, that'd be awesome.
Maybe I can, dude.
You got that
Maybe I
Sonata
can.
somehow. Pay 9.
That's a 2 coming at me. I'm gonna block here with that red. Read the ruins.
Over you.
Okay. All right, we got 5 missiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
We knew we stacked it. Ain't nobody messing around over here. Okay. Now, what you're supposed to do is this. We'll play Sutcliffe's for 2. I'm not even going to think.
Red Sutcliffe's research notes. Show me the top 3.
That's right. So it's the seeds, of course. That's an attack. That's in attack. That's 2 ruin chance.
Ow.
Great.
Good. It's good news for
We
you.
love it. And that's a non-attack action. And I can put these back however I want them, and I'll be drawing these, and it's all these blues, and so I can leave a few cards over here or die, which is also quite possible. Okay, next up, we play. You've got blues in hand, no doubt.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. You know one because you saw it with Ravel.
Yeah, I know it's happening. Okay, so that's one arcane. That's one. Okay, so let's do seeds.
Red Seeds of Agony.
Red Seeds of Agony, thank you. And then this one seems good. Right, that's the right one. Then we'll pay Shackle. And then Rifted Torment there for 4 plus 2 pop and 2 arcane.
3 arcane.
So this says
4
the
arcane.
next one deals 1, deals 1. Are they separate? Is that all separate?
All separate.
Okay.
So I will pay 4.
Yeah.
To prevent the arcane.
Okay, and you got 4 coming in.
I will block for 4.
Okay, so that looks good. So now I'll pitch this and swing for any amount, right? Is that
Literally
right?
anything,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll do
got
that
me.
one.
I'm
that
dead.
One, that one. Okay.
Let's
Okay.
try
I
that
get
again.
it.
Let's try that again.
I get it. I get it. I get why people like this. I get why people like this.
There was a turn where I took like 7 or 8 damage to threaten more back, and just seeing how fast you got to the end of your deck there, I feel like if I just have to block you out.
I think you're on the blocking plan.
Like if I can get
the onus on me.
If I can get you like my first turn, I didn't have any reacts, so if I can sneak in 5 or 6 damage on the first turn, you're low enough that I can probably get you there before the shackles start mattering.
Yeah.
But I did it too late.
Okay. Good. Good to see. Good to see. I know more about chain than I ever have.
You can go first this time.
Thanks. You find out your equipment's really there for getting you out of a bad situation rather than making a good situation better. It seems like the Ruined Blade mantra is, we'll do great if we don't fail.
Yep.
So
but
just,
when you fail, you're on the floor.
So yeah, so don't fail.
Don't fail me now.
Okay. Dante would have been proud of that stack ability right there.
You almost killed yourself.
Every chain almost kills themselves until they win.
That's how you win.
It's not quite the payoff that Leviah gets from Blood Debt, but it's close. It's close. You know, I would definitely take more pretty standardly costed attacks that create Blood Debt than extra cards in my hand, for sure. You know, compare, you know, like Boneyard Marauder, 6 cards in hand. Which one's better? I don't know. I mean, it's close.
You do know. You really do, though.
I mean, a 1 for 6. I mean, that's like a push the point that you can always play.
Always, yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Thomas Linder, it looks like you're connecting with some folks out there. Yeah, check out all the content. There's so many good content creators happening. I watched that Malaysian
National
Championship video. That was just
what was the episode? 1-2 juice or 1-2?
Extremely well done. 1-2 juice.
1-2-3.
It wasn't 1-2-3. Surely that's not.
Let me find it.
Commoner, you gotta slow down. You gotta read the cards. It's good. This might be my preferred format right now, man.
Yeah, I think it's 1-2 juice.
1-2 juice. Okay. And you say I'm going first?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can we get damage in on the first swing? Is that kind of the idea? All right, kind of a weird one. Let's play Blue Seeds. Let's go ahead and shackle. And then play a Yeah, play a yellow bounding.
Okay. 1 arcane, 2 physical.
1 arcane, 2 physical, yeah. With go again.
Pay the arcane. And then let's block the physical.
Okay. 2 cards in hand there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can prevent the 2 arcane. You can pay 1 from hand if you want to, of course. Or I can send this one at you, which is kind of similar math. So let's do pitch sword. 2 and 2.
Pay 2 for the arcane and block the physical.
Okay, arsenal there. Over to you.
We survived the first turn.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, party on, Wayne. Red outland skirmish.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
It's a bit of a slot machine with chain, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. Red driving blade.
These initial card orders matter a lot.
Swing sword for 8 with Gogan.
8 with go again, 1 floating.
Mm-hmm.
That's a second swing.
Well, it's free anyway.
Every time it hits, it does some copper. Eight. Okay. What's my best plays here?
Just looking for some blood.
And then if it's offended by an attack, you get a plus. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
I think we may have forget. Did we? Did it not?
Yeah, I was watching.
Okay. 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 Let's block. We'll block 6, take 3, because of your bump.
Yep.
Ding.
Swing for 2.
No blocks there.
Boom.
You get a copper.
Cool.
Okay. Let's see, 1 missile. Red Ghostly, that's a good one. Okay, Red Ghostly. That's nice. We like to see that. Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Let's go. Shackle.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing here is really doing arcane damage, which is pretty crazy. How do you do it in common? You just don't as much.
You can hypothetically, if you can swing the sword with arcane first with the shackle, like there's ways to potentially do that, but
If you do like a non-attack, attack with native go again.
or snapdragons,
Yeah.
then shackle, then swing the sword, then finish with the last thing.
But you're going to block the 2 Rosetta no matter what happens.
Well, you know.
We know
Maybe.
that together. Here's a Ghostly 4 with go again. I'm going to pitch. I think this is right. I'm going to pitch that yellow. 1 floating.
Yeah.
Smart Money says you are not going to try to fatigue me this game.
It's so hard. It's so
You
hard.
literally are incapable of doing it.
It's so hard. I'll block 3, take 1.
It's like a marshmallow test. I could put
I
a
can.
slice of
I just
pizza
gotta
in
eat the
front of you.
marshmallow. So I'm playing the national champion this weekend,
Yeah.
and the longer testing has gone on. Pro Tour 2, I played Briar, and I was playing it in a very like consistent way.
Yeah.
Like I got more and more leaning towards consistent. And then they updated ELO today from the event.
Okay.
And one of the games I lost was to a Viscerai, who was playing one of my favorite cards in the whole game, Tome the Arcanite.
Yeah. Love it.
Love that card. And 2 turns in a row, he played it, Zane. We played it, and he said, "Well, this wasn't really my plan, but I'm behind, so here we go." And he hit 2 Tomb of the Arcanines back-to-back turns.
Yeah, of course.
After he apologized after it was over. I was like, "Dude, don't apologize. That's what that card is." Anyways,
Bounding for 3.
since then, every day I test, I lean harder into cards that just go wow, wowsy.
Wowzers.
And it's been fun. I'm having a good time. I'll say that.
All right,
Playing
good.
a warrior deck in commoner feels like the exact opposite of what
No,
I do.
yeah, you're on the blender plan now.
What are you doing? 3 with no go again?
3 with no go again.
Yeah, we'll take 3. We'll take 3.
Okay. Arsenal this guy.
That's the opportunity. You gotta know when to break the rules. You know.
You gotta know when to play Flesh and Blood.
Brett saying Zach will never play Oldham. It is so hard for me to try to
Yeah,
play
no,
Oldham.
nobody wants that.
Yeah. They try to convince me every day. It's like, you could just play Oldham. It's like,
Yeah, I know.
I'm not patient enough. There's no way. It's weird because I think in real life I am quite patient.
Yeah, you are.
Centauri Saber for 2. I'm telling you, give me that Draconic Kasai though. I'll play it.
Okay. Centauri Saber for 2, blue in the pocket, Blade Runner coming. So.
Or this is a double pump situation.
Yeah, I'm not gonna block that. You got any actions there?
Yeah, Blade Runner, you got it. Take 2. Centauri Saber for 5.
Wow, that looks suspicious.
Maybe it's a 2 coster and I can't do anything with it.
Maybe. All right, let's block 3 there.
Oh, I thought that was a 1 block from hand. I was like, what card is that? So you're blocking 3 out of 5. Currently taking 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's end this frame.
Okay.
Promo version. Finally get to use it.
Ooh, yeah.
So take 5.
I'll take 5. I love having all this battle-worn stuff. All right, how many missiles? Fires and missiles. Red Read the Ruins. Shrill. Those aren't what you want. Okay. Let's go. Red Sutcliffe.
Oh, yeah. I used to play that card in this. You remember
Card's
that?
cool. It's good.
Yeah, it can be.
There's an attack. There's an attack. There's not an attack.
When it hits 2 out of 3, it feels real nice.
Yeah, it's fine.
The rearranging was part of why I used to play that and Tomb of the Arcanine together.
So this rearranging actually doesn't matter. I'm just drawing all these cards no matter what.
Yeah. You used to run Ravenous Rabble too. Put a red attack on attack, you Ravenous Rabble, and then you play Tomb of the Arcanine, you draw the 2 cards, and then you're just, that's crazy. Now this is pod racing.
Okay. We've got some cool stuff happening here. Understood. All right. Well, let's shackle.
Yeah, classic.
Classic shackle.
That's awesome, Richard. Saying I got so excited by Soul Forge that I actually used my birthday money to pre-order it with international shipping from TC, as I didn't want to wait for the UK release.
Yeah, that is killer. Bulbs dip gila. All right, I do have a choice to make here. What kind of a person you are, basically. This, that. You could get with this, or you could get with that. Okay. Yeah. Like it. We're getting more into it. Let's pay 1. Destroy the Evenfold.
Now this is pod racing.
Banish a Rifted. Draw a card.
And you've soul shackled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great. Okay, then we will play Rifted, 2 pop with Go Again. Pitch that Seeds of Agony to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
1 floating.
Take the 2 arcane.
Okay.
Then
He
it's
likes
doing
his
1.
hand.
I'll take an arcane.
Yeah.
And then this is coming in for 4. You have 1 resource floating.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bamboozle me, sir. You could bamboozle me. You could get 2 resources. You could attack from Arsenal with something like a red meet and greet. And
We've never seen that before.
then you're boozling.
we're full on boozle at that
Pay
point.
for that. I'll take black 2, take 2.
Okay.
This is my time.
Okay. Chain doesn't really care about. Okay, we do have go again.
One of the tricks of aggro is that if you're ever thinking I'll save that armor for later, don't. There is no later. There is only now. It's a very zen way to play Fab. I'll say that.
Yeah, and these puppies only work on the small guys.
These puppies, these dogs are barking.
Interesting. Okay. So we got to make some choices again. We're in the choice phase yet again.
I will say, commoner, absolutely, it's like there's less decisions. There's less big math to do, but the decisions you're making are like very important on a granular scale. It's crazy.
I've made a mistake here. A bit of a mistake. I was expecting to be able to snap a 2-coster there. But you can't do that, obviously.
I learned recently that tide flippers cannot give red snatch go again.
Really?
So your opponent is playing red snatch, and I don't know, maybe they have mask momentum trigger online, and you're like, I can't let them draw 2 and have go again. Their turn's over.
But we're here. How many cards you got?
4.
All 4. So you love it. You love what you're trying to do.
You're
here.
8 health, so this is what I was talking about earlier. If I get out on top early enough, then I can play the game.
All right, let's Goliath.
Yeah, there it is.
Let's Iron Weave. And then we're coming in for 8. The Shadow Ice.
With 1 floating. You
One
thought
floating.
you could go again with the sword.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's really easy because there's so many things happening in a Room Blade turn to make that mistake.
Notice how Zach just tried to say Ruin Blade's really hard to play. It's not. Just takes a little practice. Yeah, sometimes you lose track because we've got 2-costers and 1-costers in there.
Hey, dude, you do that all day? You do the Room Blade math all day? It's taxing. Sure, I'll take 6.
8.
I'll take 2 more. 8.
Okay. Okay. 8. Let's get 8. Watch out for these seeds late game.
Good 8. There will be
Good 8.
Good 8, mate. There will be no seeds in the game. We will not get there. You will either kill me next turn or I will kill you here. Mark me.
Yeah.
Mark me. All right, let's go.
Yeah, Brent likes your fatigue plan today.
Let's go Centauri Saber. Hold on, back it up. Crack my Gallantry Gold. Then Centauri Saber for 3.
Okay. What kind of common pumps you got? I haven't seen a single pump in this deck.
You definitely saw it in the swing earlier.
Yeah, but I can only be using the second one. That's kind of the problem. Do you have Iron Song response in this? Like in the pool?
You have seen me block with it.
Okay.
In this series of games.
Understood. No blocks.
We will Red Blade Runner.
Sorry.
Let's take 3. Down to 5. Down to 5.
Down to 5. Down to 5. Down to 5.
All right. Let's play Red Sharpened Steel.
Yeah.
On the swing. This is coming in for 9. 3 from Blade Runner, 3 from Sharpened Steel, 2 from Centauri Saber, 1 from Gallantry Gold. 9. Hold on, back that up. Doesn't have go again. Doesn't have go again. Hold on. I have tricks. I was trying to save my tricks. And I almost just. Oh no, you know if it hits that.
Oh, what's hard to play now, buddy?
We'll go Red Ravenous Rabble.
Okay, cool.
Reveal a blue, coming in for 2.
That's classic.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. Just can't avoid it. I was trying to be a Room Blade. I was trying to be tricky.
Yeah, there's no tricks here.
Yeah, it's like, nah, I just gotta reveal what I've got. It's cool.
What is this card? Oh, that's the card I don't want to play. Okay, so you got 2 coming in, let's just say. And then we know your sword's coming in for 3, and we know
6,
warrior math means...
Because of that.
Yeah. So you're coming in for 9 probably after this.
Yeah.
So if I take 2 here, and if I block with an attack, that becomes 10. So I'm basically going to be looking at blocking. Well, it may not matter. So ultimately, I got to account for 12 damage here. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if I bump. 2 off the Ravenous. 12 damage, 12 damage, 12 damage. If I block 10, I take 2. I have no cards in hand. Maybe die to Blood Debt.
YOLO.
Go 6, 8. I'm still okay. 9, 10. Okay, sure, because we know 2, and then I cover 3, 3. I take 4, and then, yeah. Okay, I'll block 2 there.
Okay. Sharpen Steel, swing sword for 9.
Right. I'll block 6.
Take 3?
Take 3. Take 4.
Ooh.
That was the thing.
Yee. Blood Debt City, here we go.
We Blood Debt City.
You have 1 card in hand?
1 card in hand is a blue, though. Gave me something to play. That's not terrible.
At least you can get it out of your arsenal.
That's exactly what you want. Seeds. Rosetta. Done. Do I do this? Probably do this. I'll do this guy. Give it the go again.
Well.
It's only 2, right?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about if I block or not.
Well, Warrior usually can do about 12 with a 4 card. If you could do that, I'd say maybe you should do that.
Dude, we're in commoner form. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's not the heroes, that potato. Maybe it's Mr. Bun.
I think not,
Mr.
sir.
Bun.
Just in case this goes... Oh, there's an arcane coming.
No, it's not. Attack action cards.
Okay, cool. We'll block for 2.
Cool. It's got Flock in it. Good for you. That's smart. Alex hates that deck now.
Good for you. You know, gotta account for all possible enemies, not just the one.
Hard card to play. Hard card to play.
It's not hard when you got Rage Reflex in your deck.
It's still hard.
I'm gonna play Blade Flash.
That is a reaction.
Yep. I'll not play it. Also, Centauri's April here. I thought it was an action for sure.
I'll block that for 2.
Alright, we'll play Blade Flash.
I'm not even gonna honor your dumb reactions.
Yeah.
Either have them or I. Or
Sword
you
for
don't.
2.
Well, so clearly you gotta honor the end of swing, yeah. And then you just gotta hope to dunk. So I'll block 6.
What is his intent?
It goes up to 3.
Yeah. Arsenal pick.
Yeah. Oh, I've played before. Oh, buddy.
Boy, have I played.
Fires and missiles. That's a stock we like right there. That is a stock we like. Change is going to find his way into this game.
Don't have any blood debt left at the end of this.
I won't. Yeah, I won't. I just gotta see if there's any, like...
Man, I do feel the warrior grind of feeling so in control and so ahead and having nothing to do about it.
And then it's like, woo! Game
right,
gives me an
cool.
out. Let's play Seeds. Let's Shackle. And Bounding. So it's going to be 1 arcane damage and then 2 physical damage with Go again.
1 card in hand.
1 card in hand.
Take the arcane. Block 2.
Okay. Then we will Ghostly for 4. Pitch that yellow.
Don't like that.
Did you do the one arcane? Yeah, you took that. Yeah. It's annoying. And
It is. Ain't no stopping this train. Ain't no stopping this train. Drat.
so wait a minute. I think. Is this what Ruin Blades feel like?
Totally, yeah. You just win
Suddenly you're just winning the game. Wow.
I'll block this up.
Interesting. What have I been doing this whole time?
Block 6.
Losing. Block 6. I'm going to snap it. Let's go sword for 2 and 2.
Block 2, take 2. Dead. Just dead.
It's just so satisfying.
All right, I'm going to play one more. And I'm going to be committed to fatigue.
I'm going to fatigue you.
That turn I drew that reaction that gave me go again. It was just like potatoes. Also, if I could hit a single non-blue on Ravenous Rebel.
Oh, I know, right?
There's not that many blues
Anything
in
yellow
here.
or red, you would have won.
Yeah. Nah, you would have had Blackmore and then it gets
Well, I would have
complicated.
died to blood debt.
Yeah.
I'd have 1 card to play. I think Eric had to play Seeds, maybe.
It's a shame, really. Even that turn, so I saw the blue on the Rabble, but then that turn I had no blues. So I couldn't pitch to cancel the Arcane and then cancel the other Arcane.
Yeah, like the inconsistency of Ruin Blade is, it's not that different from Warrior, right? You need that blue in hand. And if you're taxing the Arcane as well, you can't also power a turn and block the Arcane. So you're sitting there like, this is a perfect hand, but if I pitch the blue, it's awful. If I pitch Red Star Arcane, it's awful. So I just have to take Arcane, and then all of these stupid effects get turned on.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm always trying to game where...
But it's really just that it's the floor ceiling conversation again. Because even in the hands that are... Like, if you just take the damage, you at least... You can have... Any 4-card hand will do a certain amount. No matter what 4 cards you're drawing out of Warrior. But there are 4-card hands in that deck that will do nothing.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like, if you had, like...
4-card hands, that'll do like 18 as well.
Sure. Well, I don't know about in that build, but you have your armor and you just discard power.
Crooney wants to see a game where no one blocks and see who gets it, but I think that's... I don't know. Is that even Flesh and Blood?
I mean, that's the old litmus test.
Right. Somebody thinks that if they don't block, they'll win. And that person isn't blocking most of the time.
Yeah. But the secret of Chain is that he can block and then still have big hands.
Yeah, and also a lot of times cards are dead if you're not blocking. So sometimes you're just dumping hands.
Is your armor still in your deck?
Yep. I'll just play it out whenever I draw it. I don't even know if this is a good chain deck. I think I pulled this from some random blog. It is. I mean, you do have to play. It's playing more fundies. It's not quite as combo. You're just generating value.
I think in Commoner it has to be that, though.
Yeah. I can't believe Seeds of Agony.
Yep. Card's good. It costs 0.
Cost 0. What's everyone out there think of the Commoner format? You guys have any thoughts on that? Thoughts on Commoner in general? Would you play it if it was around? Would you play it at a National or Worlds? Would you prefer it to Blitz in the national competition? Should it be added in addition to Blitz in Worlds?
Well,
I mean, play them all, right? Commoner, Blitz, CC, Draft, Sealed. 3 rounds of everything.
why not? YOLO.
Allardale says, I love Commoner.
Even odd?
Yeah, sure.
It was odd.
Jordan says it's great. Odd means you get the choice, I guess, or you go
first,
first. Yeah. Mike Caranchia, who I've heard just from the grapevine, is one of the worst players of Flesh and Blood.
Hey, Mike this weekend, Prison Mike,
Said no
This is-
thank you, because he can't be, you know, the problem with Mike, he's got to be as degenerate as possible. Say, you know, Dante was a nice person,
a nice lad.
and I feel like he got thrown into the degenerate deck building space by Brendan and Mike and these kinds of people. Otherwise, he would be a very nice,
I don't know. He was a staunch chain player.
enjoyable
though.
person. But I don't know if that was pre. You know, was that before he and Brendan had the dream team of the chain deck that they played at that first event, or was that after? Because I feel like he's been subjected to a lot of forces that have corrupted him. You can see the spark, the good spark down deep inside of him.
He's just
It's just hidden
yeah.
right now by people like Mike. But he's saying no thank you to the Commoner
He was
format.
polite about it.
And it's because in Commoner you can't be as degenerate.
Did I tell you that when we were in Scotland, multiple times there were Scottish people asking if we were Canadian?
Really? I could totally read you as a Canadian.
We just said yes. Just kidding.
Eh?
Mike this weekend, if you didn't otherwise know, got top 4 at the Canadian Nationals.
Beautiful. Why didn't he win though? What's the top 4? Did he get 4th? 3rd?
He lost in the semifinals, so there's not really.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The game wasn't streamed, but he's playing against Reinar.
Icelander?
Mm-hmm.
I know he loves Icelander.
Yeah. And then,
How do you lose that? You'd think you'd be fine.
well, apparently in the first 4 turns of the game, he just did nothing because he drew all the blue ice cards that just don't do anything.
Cool.
And then Reinar went rawr.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem.
But then Tarek ended up winning. So he's currently the reigning U.S. and Canadian national champion.
Tarek is? I thought he was already washed up.
Apparently not.
I guess he's not.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. How did he... Can you just go to Canada?
So
and-
you have to be registered to a country. He was formerly United States because he was here for school to become a doctor.
But he's actually Canadian?
He's actually Canadian.
Canadian men is kind of fierce.
Then he has since moved back to Canada. And so he is now officially qualified for the Canadian Nats. He's not playing at U.S. Nats, et cetera.
Where did Dante end up?
He was like 1 game out.
Okay.
He got his last draft session. So their format was 3 constructed, 6 draft. 3 constructed. U.S. is 3 constructed, 3 draft, 4 constructed twice.
Mm-hmm.
So theirs is like a brick of draft in the middle. And his second draft of the 6 rounds did not.
Sometimes they just torpedo, don't they? There are some players that never have a bad draft.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's just being.
How can I be that player? Is Eric that way?
Yeah.
He's weirdly good. What is he doing? I need to talk to him more.
I think it's like he and people like Michael Hamilton just like don't. They just run the math.
They feel nothing, right?
They're good at running the math.
It's like they're one step away from like psychopath,
Sure.
like feeling literally nothing.
I don't know if that's true.
Maybe.
They're both very nice people.
Eric has a, Eric and Michael both have adequate empathy to not be that. But if the wrong thing happened to them at a certain point in their lives,
You know what I think
if
it
they
actually
didn't
is?
find card games, you know what I mean? Like maybe, that's all I'm saying.
Maybe they could, who knows where they could have ended up. Well, I think it's actually a question of risk tolerance.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. So, and knowing how they know how to calculate their risk in any given moment and in
And like
decision.
really well.
And then they're also adverse to taking risk.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes that will definitely cost you. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you need to take the risk, but they're good at avoiding risky situations.
But like obviously it doesn't happen that often or they wouldn't win all the time.
yeah, well, they don't always win. They get close.
I mean, Michael won the Battle Hardened.
Mhm.
Eric,
He also didn't win the Pro Tour and make top 8.
yeah, that's true.
He did lose games.
Sometimes
Most of those were to Prism though, and he was on Oldham, so.
So
I'll let you
really,
do the math.
the key to being a player like Pablo is you take Eric and Michael, and you add a spice of Zach,
Sure.
and then you're the best player in the world, right?
I don't know. Pablo's just got insane fab genes. You
He's
know?
on a different level, isn't
Yeah.
he? I want him to be behind me as I'm doing everything and just tell me what's going wrong.
Yeah. Like where you're being a fool.
Maybe we could fly him in. You think he'd do it, and he'd just walk us through like on stream?
I mean, if we flew Pablo in, I'm sure he would do it. Yeah.
What if we had, dude? Let's do if we had like a 24-hour.
You want to get Pablo and Michael Hamilton? We can each have an angel over our shoulder.
Yeah, and then let's do a Pablo, Michael
24-hour jam session.
24-hour jam session
Prep for
where
Worlds.
we show every hand on camera and we talk through what we should do.
Maybe we could do one of those eight people drafts face up with them here.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's an
This is
idea.
award-winning content.
Yeah. Tell me this. Leave a question of the day. Leave a comment while we're live and or after the fact. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you enjoy such content?
I mean, everyone I think would enjoy it a lot. I don't know if I want to go in for the plane ticket.
I don't know. Buy some fab tokens and then we'll make your dreams come true.
Mike said Dante took the submarine.
Yeah, he start from the bottom.
Alex also rightly saying Dante also played Ira for months at Blitz skirmishes, so talk about degenerate. That is funny. And we can say all these things because these are good friends of ours. Don't get the wrong idea. I interact with them lightly on the Wolfpack Discord.
Lately.
I haven't had time, man. I don't know.
you've
It's been
buried.
crazy. I've been really busy. Alex says, congratulations, Mike. Was watching and cheering over the internet.
Now, Mike had his last round of Swiss was against Oldham, and it was a clinic.
Michael?
Mike.
Oh, Mike.
There's a Mike playing against Oldham in the last round of
Did
Swiss.
he cover him up with frost
Or
X's?
second last round Hicks. Yeah, there were frost X's, but he had a turn where he fused an Aether Vein that triggered 3 Insidious Chills, emptied his opponent's hand, and did so much damage that he had 2 Amulet of Ice, which also could discard a card or make your opponent pay 2, that he didn't even have to use.
Wow.
And did more damage than he even... He did like 20 damage and then 10 more damage. That just couldn't even
That's
be stopped.
awesome.
Yeah,
Against
it was crazy.
Oldham?
Yeah.
That is awesome. Wow. Queen of the Ice. So she wins the matchup. Yeah, Mansan as well. Let's get him in. Get Mike in here.
It's easy though. You can fly Pablo in like the weekend right before Worlds. He's probably come to Worlds anyway.
And that's when he wants to give away all of his secrets.
And then he can like
For sure.
get adjusted to the time zones, right? And friendly neighborhood.
Yeah,
Tulsa.
exactly. We'll do away with
We can bring
your
them both
jet
here.
lag.
Instead of it being 24 hours, it's just a week.
Just solid week.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you show
Day
up
by day.
1 p.m. to 5 p.m. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We'll get Mike in here. Here's the crazy thing. I think if you got Mike, Dante, Pablo, and Michael all sitting down, discussing a hand, I think you would get different answers.
Definitely.
Isn't that cool?
You definitely would.
And then you got to be like, who are you going to go with? It'd be like Shark Tank, but for like moves.
Ooh, we could set it up like that where they all have their seats, you know?
I think you should block with the seeds here. And
Which one are you going to go with? Offers on the table.
which one of the sharks are you going with? What are you doing? Who's playing? Are you going?
We rolled odds, so I'll go first.
Yeah. At a certain point, the content becomes for us, right? Like right now, it's just
Wasn't
us
it
playing.
always?
It's just us playing Fab.
All right. Yellow hit and run. Grand throw Saber at you for 3.
Wow, that is the peasant play for Warrior right there. You got to leave with that hit and run. It feels horrible. It does nothing. It literally factored 0 into the equation. However, it's the first turn of the game, and you do have reactions.
I do. Yeah.
Swing for 2.
Turn a 2 into a 8 real quick.
You do have go again. See, this is the crazy thing. This is the beautiful thing about the deck. If I overblock here, you just move on. You do the next sword swing, and then you use the reaction there.
That's right.
Could also be an in the swing, so like, Let's block this one for 3.
Going up to 3.
That's right. Now you're fatiguing me this game, right?
Totally. We're going to play a Flock of the Featherwalkers. Showing you a yellow hit and run. So I'll get a Quicken token.
Yeah, this is a fatigue strategy for sure.
Totally. We'll use that as my Quicken token. Coming at you for 5. Arsenal pass. You're going to block it for 6.
I'm going to block it for 5, in fact.
That's fine. Set him up and knock him down. Set him up and knock him down.
Yeah, let's block it for 5.
I can't believe I have not drawn this card the entire time we've been playing. Don't worry about me. There ain't nothing about this as this blocking. It's insane. I can't do it.
I can't do it. I simply cannot do it.
I've been trying so hard.
You know what? I'll make you do it.
There's no
Does this go away at the start of your turn? You have to use it,
just
right?
sits there. Yeah, make me.
I'll make you, buddy. I'll make you.
Hershey Gardner. That's the power of your content. Literally, the best part is it feels like I'm chatting with and watching friends do something they love.
Well, that's
It's very nice to hear.
That is truly awesome. Truly. Okay, let's talk about how we have go again or don't have go again. Because in many ways, we don't. In other ways, however,
We do.
we do. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it makes about as much sense as my grandma. Spoiler.
She's got a possum in the house, right?
She don't make no sense. That's my mom. No idea how it got there. That's a long story.
It's so funny, though.
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. Let's play a red seeds.
Red seeds, blue seeds.
Let's shackle. Let's go ahead and do a piercing shadow of ice. There. One floating. We've got go again. It's going to do 1 arcane and then 4 or 6, depending on if you take the arcane.
Well, I'm no data scientist.
Somebody's back on the fatigue plan. Yeah.
Pay the arcane.
Here we go.
Block 2.
Okay.
Take 2.
Okay. So if I swing the sword, you take 2.
Perhaps I block. Are we fatiguing or not?
No, you're not fatiguing. You're not fatiguing at all. So,
This is nice. Thomas saying, feels like a newcomer can come in and feel comfy. It's nice to be at the table with people who are passionate about what my hobbies, as I am, or even more so, you may not know me, but you are my people.
oh, that's great. I'll take a picture of that. We'll use it in our brand book.
In our brand book, dude.
We got the visual manual, but we need the other side of it. Okay, so the sword is going to do a 2/2. The 2 doesn't matter. You've already got that floating, so that's not going to pull any cards in your hand or do anything. So I can do 2 damage and arsenal a card.
Yep.
Or I can play this card. No, you don't play this card.
Mm-mm.
No.
Because you can just play it next round.
Yeah, that's right. We do it then.
I'll pay 2, take 2.
Yeah.
Called that one as you saw it.
Yeah. You must have another blue in your hand. Interesting. Interesting.
Perhaps I don't, though. You don't know me.
No, yeah. Don't I?
Perhaps. Alright. Swinging the sword has go again for my quicken token. 2 fly.
Swing the sword.
Look at that flock value.
Has go. It's so good. Did you run the math on that?
I did, yeah.
It's crazy.
It's in the deck.
Don't tell Alex,
I
man.
have a spreadsheet, enter all the data of every card, and then it pops out the equation.
Don't tell Alex.
That's how I pick the perfect deck every time.
Block 3.
Okay. Hit on yellow.
Cool.
Hit on red.
Waste of value.
Swing the sword. Come in for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. He can't play the flock in his hand. You can't do that. You gotta be playing in the swing, right? There's no 1 cost you could bamboozle here. It could be
like
Ravenous, I guess.
Razor reflex.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's block 6. We'll pump you up to 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. Currently taking 2.
Okay, take 2.
No reactions? Okay. This is where you play push the point. I used to love push the point in Warrior. 6 right there, 1 for 6. Boom.
Boom. Roasted.
Second swing is free. Did that matter to you?
Second swing. It didn't matter. Huh?
Yeah. Okay, check this fun play out. First of all, we'll get a missile. Hopefully it's not awesome. Ooh, it is awesome. Actually, that's fine.
Yeah, because it's free.
Oh, yeah. Let's go Shackle. Read the Ruins for 3. And then we'll read the Ruins.
Oh,
We'll go 6 there.
Lobby bar. Give me a full hand, too.
Bobular. Yep.
Well, this will be interesting. Alright. Scarf for 4 with go again. Red scarf, first scarf.
Oh, hold on. I'm looking at my hand.
Yeah, you're good.
Red scar for a scar. With no go again?
It has go again.
Oh, you're lower, yeah.
Yeah.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Something about mom spaghetti.
Oh, he's got
Oh,
mom's
yeah, did you
spaghetti.
take a blood that from your seeds?
I did, didn't I? Did I not?
I don't know.
I think I took 2 a while ago. Hope there goes gravity. Oh, he's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. No, it's all mad, but he's up and mobile home. All right, now hold on just a second, because it's the Ruined Blade math, and then you've got to do the whole thing. I don't have enough money, like usual. Everything's got to line up perfectly. What if you have another scar? Now that I know you run them, I should just take the damage so that you don't have more.
It would be worst case scenario. You block, lose cards, and I just come at you with another one.
I don't have any 2-cost attack blocks that I can dump here, so I will declare no blocks. You got any reactions?
Mm-mm. Ravenous Rebel.
It's blue.
Hit a red Outland Skirmish. Come on now.
For 4.
Forward go again.
4 we go again.
Welcome to my fatigue strategy.
Block for 3.
Take one?
Yep. Unless you got reactions.
Oh.
Can't you see? Can't you see?
Beautiful.
Somehow I don't think you're serious about that.
I don't know why. Interesting. Yeah, that's the right play. Blue hit and run. You
Close the
love it.
chain.
Yeah, fine. Centauri Saber for 2.
Declare no blocks. Reactions?
Pass.
Pass.
Take 2. Swing for 2.
Declare no blocks.
Take 2.
Pass.
Don't forget, call me in the morning.
Of course.
Listic saying with those lyrics, you could probably write a popular song.
Yeah, I came up with those by myself for sure.
I could see that.
We'll see that. Okay, let's YOLO this one. We're gonna Ebb and Fold. Drop a Rifted Torment into the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And draw a card.
Powerful, yeah.
Powerful, yeah. Let's go Seeds. Let's go Shackle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go Rifted Torment. Let's go again. It's going to deal 6 Ruin Chance and then 1 Arcane damage to target hero.
6 arcane, 1 arcane. Coming in for 4.
Coming in for 4.
Walk 3. Take 1.
Okay.
People are asking, did you banish 2 cards at the start of turn?
No! Even better. Whoo! Hold on. Potatoes. Well, that does make things a little different.
What was my health at before it started?
You took 4
No, I took 6.
plus 6 ruin
Plus the
chance.
1 from the ruin
Plus
chance.
the 1. So 7 ruin damage came in.
And did the attack do ruin damage?
The attack was 4.
With ruin damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
And I
counted
blocked
that.
3 and took 1.
No, it was 8. Yeah.
I think I was at 16.
Okay. So you probably take 8.
Dylan Sanders is 16.
And you 16. Okay. All right. Well, this does get different. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. This gets crazy. So we're not going to do that at all. The Rifted Torment is going to stay put. Instead, wait. I should banish one less card, yeah? It was the Read the Runes. It was the 3rd card, because I had gone up on Shackles. Right? I'd already shackled, right? Yeah, okay. All right, clean game state. Back to reality. Here we go. We're going to do Ghostly Visit there. Then we're going to do this there. Then we're going to do that. And we're just going to kind of see how that goes. Let's go Ghostly Visit, pitching this blue. 4 coming at you with 6 Ruin Chance.
Take the Ruin Chance.
Okay.
Block 3, take 1.
Okay. Looks kind of the same. We're going to Snapdragons that guy. Okay. And we've got a fresh board. Fresh board. Here you got 3 cards in hand. Okay. We love it. Then, for my next number, we're going to do Seeds, Shackle, not Shackle, Seeds, 2 for Rip Through Reality. I have Dealt Arcane, so it has Go again. It is 4 damage coming at you.
Okay.
With 1 Arcane from Seeds.
Yeah, take the Arcane. Block 3, take 1.
Okay. We've got the Go again here. Then we'll crack Aether Ironweave. Gain 2. We played the Seeds and the attack there. Then we'll pay 1 for Meet and Greet with Go again.
Block 3, take 1. You get a Ruin Chant.
1 Ruin Chant in the pocket. Then we'll Shackle, Bounding for 3.
Take the Ruin
plus
Chant.
1 Ruin Chant.
Yeah. Block 3 or block 2, take 1.
Sword for 4.
Dead. You didn't Goliath count it. Dunk City. How much? So you did 4, 5.
I'm not saying it's easy, but all I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
19, 21, 2, 22. Plus the 6 you had. That was a 28 damage turn.
Go to Goliath too, I suppose.
Could have been 30 damage turn in commoner. What the? It's gross. Shameless Seeds is disgusting.
Well, what have we learned? What have we learned? What do you think about Warrior?
It's fine. It's fine. It's not good enough. I'm sure there's a better way to play it and build it, but
No, there isn't. There just isn't.
maybe
It's
there's
the
not.
same numbers. You can move 3s around all day, man.
And it's never gonna get better.
It's just addition. There is no multiplication.
Yeah, that's multiplication, right?
Yeah.
And Warriors doing addition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's no. I could pick the perfect 5-card hand, and I would never do that much damage.
But that's why Warrior has those explosive cards like Blood on Our Hands and Lumina and Dory getting a Dawnblade token over time.
Yeah, I agree.
Is Dawnblade rare? Can you play it in Commoner?
I don't think it's rare.
Is it common?
Yeah, I think you can play it.
That's probably the best threat. Yeah, as Alex saying, can't fatigue 30 damage.
Yeah, and even if I had blues in hand, I had no blues in hand, so I couldn't stop the Arcane if I wanted to. But like, yeah, block 12. Even if I have a D-React for 4 in Arsenal, you still would have done 14 to a full health hero. So I was a 16. I couldn't have even thought about stopping that.
And that's why Chain is not playable in Constructed.
He's a living legend.
It's even worse. Yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend because he's crazy.
Yeah, he's got that. Play this 6-cost attack, and if you banish something, you get a resource instead of paying for it.
Yeah. What the heck? What is that card? Why does that card? How is that card even conceivable in the design meeting?
What's it called?
Soul Reaping.
Soul Reaping?
So dumb.
It's like they were like, let's give it good stats everywhere. And let's give it a card text that makes it better.
It wasn't even good. I mean, it was like, let's make a card that has never been made before that actually adds money to your pot whenever you play it. Rather, it's under red, whatever that is. What's the next step under red? Like, it's a red card that makes you money.
It would be like a Gorgonian Tome that actually like attacked for 6.
It's a -1 cost.
Yeah.
And it's 6.
And you don't really lose the card because it goes banished zone, right? So like you can still play it. It's insane.
What were they on? I think James is right. By the way, of course, that's not surprising. But I think James was right to state, hey, by the way, for real, our testing was very much compromised by COVID.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Dynasty, I think it's way tighter.
Well, beyond the COVID reality, you also have like early design experiences with the system.
Yeah.
Like
cards are high value.
I feel like the first 3 years is often the biggest mistakes I made in the design process.
But if you make it past that, which they have, it's crazy. It's cool to be on. Let's talk about Flesh and Blood for just a second.
Yeah, right. Mark it.
Let me say goodbye to Richard here. Good, take care, Richard. It's good to see you in the chat. Said, sadly, time to check out for me. Thanks for the content and for being just awesome people. Well, thank you. I assume you're talking to the
I'm sitting saying, I think you mean Uprising, which is correct.
Yeah, I mean Uprising, not Dynasty. We don't know anything about Dynasty yet. It could be a total YOLO set. It's a supplemental, so like, whatever. All right, so we kind of alluded to this last time. This is our last stream of Flesh and Blood. You're going to Nationals. Yep. Big competitive event. You know, kind of we're seeing the end of the competitive circuit for the year.
Are we still planning on cracking a blitz on the other side of this?
I don't know. Maybe.
I thought that was
we were gonna play some blitz to get you ready for the fateful
blitz, or it was just kind of playing all the formats. I don't remember which one we settled on.
I think we were gonna actually look at blitz. I think we're gonna test and see if blitz is actually as bad as we think it is.
As we speculated.
After all the testing we did with it already, but we're going to Nationals. You're going to Nationals. We as a community are going to Nationals. The organized play circuit is very much intact. There's a lot of focus on competitive play. These events are kind of the focus of things. There's a lot of actual side events and casual stuff going on as well. It's just a big gathering for the community, and it actually does feel that way when you go. Like every event I've been to has been very much everybody's playing kind of a different game. There's people over there just having their little 8-person drafts with a group that they came with.
Yeah.
There's people who are meeting people who they see every once in a while at these kinds of events, and they're catching up. There's the really competitive players catching up with each other. There's really competitive players that aren't talking to anybody because they're really serious. You have the big events, you have the side events, etc. But what you really have is Flesh and Blood that has gone through the standard birthing and growth process of new TCGs, particularly in the Tendies era that we experienced in 2020. Which is,
I like calling it the Tendies area.
It really is, though.
Era.
I mean, it really is. It's like everything was uncertain. And in times of uncertainty, a lot of money goes into collectibles. That's pretty standard across time and space. All these hip influencing kid types and like Jake Pauls and Ryan Goslings and stuff got their Pokemon cards.
Ryan Gosling was in a Pokemon?
I don't know. I just put him in the same box as like everything I don't understand. He's a good actor, though. So it's... all of the Pokemon craze went crazy. Pokemon itself went insane. That trickled into what other games.
Magic was going crazy too.
Magic went insane. MetaZoo came out as a tribute to kind of the culture of TCGs being insane for no good reason. And that whole thing was spinning up, and Flesh and Blood was caught in it, and everybody was like, ah! And there's a ton of people invested and whatnot invested, right? Speculated, really. Got a bunch of cards, sold some first edition stuff. We had the first edition unlimited split. We had promos. We had Monarch. That was a saga. We had Tales of Aria, where it started to cool down, and everyone's like, wait a minute, this Emperor might not have any clothes. We should be buying 100,000 boxes of Aria. Then we had the final supplement set, which was Everfest. And that was really when it was over. Everybody's like, okay, there's plenty of we still have first edition. There's first edition in the world everywhere.
Yeah.
Find it on TCG Player, $60, $60, $70. So it got way overbought for a while because everyone thought there's no ceiling to this, and of course there always is. But then switch their model to Fab 2.0 and remove the unlimited first edition split. Released a really strong set in Uprising, by my count. Continued investing in organized play and kind of kept things spinning, and seems to have become a game that was at least most, like maybe 30% investment driven by no fault of their own, just because people speculate. Now that speculation has turned to, I think, 95% is player based.
Yeah.
So has made the transition, which we've not really ever seen in our lifetimes, ever, actually.
Well, made that transition, but also we've seen so many games get to this year 3-4 period and be at like the tail end of existence.
Yeah, and they made
Stumbling.
the chain mistake, they made the Starboy mistake, but they were gone after that.
Yeah.
Like that was the end of their reign, and they seem to have recovered from that. And Living Legend has a lot to say about that.
Yeah,
honestly.
And, yeah, this year was also the first full year of organized play,
Mm-hmm.
and that system kicking, and it definitely feels like we're in kind of a stabilizing moment for the game, which is awesome.
It feels really stable, right?
Yeah.
It feels like healthy.
Yeah.
What's the general vibe you get on the ground of the communities you're a part of?
From the people going to tournaments and playing, very excited. I mean, I think it's
This
the
is what
healthiest
we
meta. There was a chart the other day. There's a bunch of national championship season, because they're happening all over the world. There's been like 5 to 8 every weekend for the past couple of weeks, and there was a chart of heroes that have top 8 at nationals and heroes that have won at nationals. And I think there's 16, technically if you don't count the young heroes, 16 playable constructed heroes. And I believe 14 of them have top 8'd and 10 of them have won a national championship.
That's beautiful.
So
yeah. Any game would love to have that level of diversity on the
10 out of
decks.
16 means that, I don't know what the math on that is, but probably 65-70% of your field is not only playable, but capable of winning a national championship level event. And some of those nationals are smaller, like not huge, but still. So it definitely feels good. One of the concerns, I said this at some point on stream recently, one concern was that you would just have 80% old him.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem to be. He is winning a lot of events, but it's not even 8% of the cut is old him most of the case. I did see, I think it was Portugal. It's like 6 of the 8 decks were old him in the top 8.
Wow.
If that's common,
Yeah.
that's uncomfortable. But he's also scoring a lot of Living Legend points. So
I'm a huge fan of the system.
yeah.
I've heard, a lot of critiques of it in various ways, and there's not really any critiques of it that hold a lot of water for me that I've read. Just like as far as like building a case, a philosophical argument, if you will, as to why this is the wrong answer. I've heard opinions about why I don't like it or whatever, but when you think about the fact that you have to have some mechanism that controls for just time. Right? Because like you're gonna have to rotate the entire set. You're gonna have blocks. You're gonna have different formats. I mean, Magic's got 7,000 formats. I have no idea how that works.
Well, the other beyond time is if you have kind of a gold. Let's say you have a gold standard Runeblade character, then the only way to freshen things up at that point is to release a Runeblade that is inherently stronger.
Sure.
This is where you get power creep in games. And so one thing I love about the heroes changing is that depending on the state of the game, you can print new heroes into those classes with altered stats. So it could be new characters completely, but it's a foil against just the balance of the general card pool. And because they're so siloed as well, you can target it very specifically. So it may be that the Runeblade cards are just like too efficient.
Yeah.
In which case, when you start reprinting Runeblades when they rotate out, suddenly they have 35 health. To account for that, right?
I mean, you could have a different chain that is 40 health but 3 intellect, right? So you can start trying to play with different balancing levers and mechanisms. Say like, all right, we're going to give a new chain. It's going to have 3 intellect. It's going to have the soul shackle ability still, so still plays to that, but we're going to unban seeds.
Yeah.
And so now you get seeds,
100%,
and you get chain, but you only have 3 in hand, which kind of, over the course of the game becomes less of an issue as you take the game longer.
Yeah, 3 in hand is
it's huge.
Deep cost.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But by the end of the game, you're going from 10 cards in hand to 9 cards in hand.
Totally.
Right.
So I mean, towards the end of the game, he can block with 3 cards or block with 2 cards and still have crazy big hand.
Yeah. You can see how it could work.
Yeah, totally.
Which is it's just really cool.
But yeah, now that we're kind of in the full realization of that, it does feel, from my perspective, it feels very healthy. Like I'll be sad to see some of my favorite characters go, and I get the Like Prism recently hit Living Legend, and a lot of people were big fans of hers.
Yeah.
And right now, you can't even play all the Light Illusions cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, that can feel, especially if you bought all that stuff and equipment. But the biggest thing, and Mean Mugging Games pointing this out, I think the thing that they adjusted that it feels a lot better now is the scale of points that are given to heroes at events.
Yeah.
So there was the first ProQuest season this year where like just the amount of points that were awarded, and thankfully it was the case, I think, because it got Starvo out of here. But the amount that's available, even at these national championships, I think they reduced the U.S. Nationals is like way bigger than everywhere else. It's a lot more players both at it and in the country, but that point stayed the same, I think. But every other nationals is like half the points because they went from last year when there were like 10 or 15 nationals to this year is like 50. So the amount of points being given out has been adjusted, but I think through all the stumbling and all the issues that have happened, the biggest thing is that it feels like they're improving.
Yeah.
And you can feel that.
Improving, care, fundamentally strong game system.
Yeah.
And just it really is just hitting all the boxes. The space for the game remains incredibly open. The equipment system is such a great lever for design. The Living Legend system, I think, is another good lever they put in there. And then having an organized play circuit that is established now means we can let that run forever.
Yeah.
Like that will satisfy the competitive player base forever.
Yeah.
You can go to PvE, you can go over here to different formats, you can start investing more in local store play, like whatever you want to do.
Totally.
But I
It's
think
like the first pillar is in place.
Yeah, and it's not every game's first pillar, and it shouldn't be. Like
Totally.
most games don't want to do Pro Tour as number one. This game actually set out to do that, and then can they pivot into the other aspects of the space to get there? But it seems like the bet may have paid off for them, and they did fill a void that Magic did leave open at the time, especially.
Yeah. We still
I think it's worked out.
There are definitely some questions still, but I think that the fundamentals are there. The game is great. People really enjoy it.
I mean, that was so much fun.
Someone earlier said it was a really good comment.
It's crazy what we did today. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I think it was DOAG was saying a game like this is like just like an actual investment, which is that you essentially want consistent, boring growth at this point.
Yeah.
Like you don't need the crazy
the index
pandemonium
fund,
spike.
yeah.
It's like 5% player growth a year right now is exactly what you want.
That'd be
More if you can get it,
fantastic.
but like you don't need explosion at this point. You just need stability and consistency, and keep going at it day by day. I do think there are my biggest looming, not even critiques, but we'll see how it works out. The every other into supplemental sets.
I think that's a questionable decision.
I think the draft sealed format in general is a little suspect. Draft particularly, this Uprising set is just I think from a local just hanging out and playing, it's fun, no doubt. But you actually said it last time we streamed, like the basic concept of draft, when they're siloed out like this, is a very different beast than in other games, and how many playables you have to draft, how many cards you're getting to see. This is the first time draft's been like in a competitive format, so I'm analyzing it at a different. Used to, I was like, I love draft. Hang out on Tuesday and play draft or whatever. But I think every other set not having draft sealed, I think draft sealed is a huge onboarding process.
It's awesome.
So that's
it gives forever value to those products too.
Yeah.
Like I think that's why Everfest is sitting in TCG Player, etc. for what it is. It's like, well, we've already got the cards we need for constructed. We can't even have a fun draft event with this or fun sealed event with this. So like it's just so much easier to overprint on a supplement set too, just on the business side of it. I mean, draft and sealed, like right now, imagine 2 to 3 years later, would you want to do a draft or sealed of Monarch? And it's like, yeah. So even if those boxes aren't super hot whenever they come out, 2 to 3 years later, I'd do a Monarch play. That'd be super fun. Yeah. But you don't have that for things like Everfest, and so that is a question mark that I have for them. I also think we need to see the first re-entrance of a hero that had previously LL'd.
Yeah.
Whether it's the exact same hero, like Chain with different intellect, or like we're talking about.
I mean, we've got a little bit of a preview at the start of the show, right?
Kind of.
Like if Bravo had rotated out, and then they were like, here's start of the show, you can use a specialization again.
Yeah, but I think that's what we need. I think we need to see somebody who can pick up these Shadow Runeblade cards and play the same game. Or a similar game, to get confidence in, okay, like there is a cycle here that we can now appreciate, because right now it's just things have left and nothing's come in.
Yeah.
So they need to start getting that flow going.
I would
I think something's happening in Dynasty.
maybe. I know just practically from like print run cycle stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If Dynasty is coming out in October, they were probably hitting print on that April, May
Yeah.
timeline.
It is hard to know.
Yeah, and you can have like there were 2 Bravos out for a while, so someone's getting close, like Prism's close.
Mm-hmm.
You can put one in, but if I had to bet, I would actually say it's the set after Dynasty, where we'll start seeing like new versions of old heroes or heroes to take the spot of
Yeah.
the person. Because you could do a Shadow Runeblade, it's not changed.
I'd love to see a new Shadow Runeblade.
Totally. I'd love to see a new Light Illusionist
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that doesn't have Luminaris.
Yeah, and it says, literally, all your cards lose Spectra, but you have some kind of a downside, just so we can get the keyword out of the game. Although the keyword does its job well. It really does make it feel like an illusion. You like swing at it and everything goes away.
Very confusing.
But it's confusing for everybody.
Yeah,
not
including
just
the players.
Not
And
just the
thematically,
game.
it's on
yeah.
point. You know what I mean?
All right, everybody. Well, hey, thanks so much for chatting with us and hanging out with us, and we hope you come visit 3.0. We put up a picture. We've got some plans of the long talked about 3rd iteration of the local store. We've gone through a bunch of iterations there. Had various cost assessments. We bought land. We're moving forward on some things, and it's getting very real and it's getting very fun. And it's getting very it would be nerve-wracking if, I don't know. Does it even really matter anymore? I mean, if it fails, you go home and you do something else.
At some point, you decide it's what you're doing, and then
Yeah.
you just got to see. It's exciting, but
I just want to know if
I'm also
people want that.
I'm pretty tempered with my excitement because until the day we actually start building out, like once the groundbreaking happens, is when I'll start getting like.
See, this is the attitude you need to have when you play Fab.
Yeah.
You need to be tempered and just straight lined. Just unemotional, don't care. I'm just going to block. I'm going to fatigue chain today.
Yeah.
I'm going to fatigue chain today.
Yeah.
That's what you need to say.
It's hard. It's hard. Wanted to mention, Floating Skull. Will the 3.0 store have Steven's Speakeasy hidden in the back? We talked about that. Having like a hidden room that we use occasionally.
I guess technically there can be rooms that are normally not accessed that we could access.
You just never know.
You could black out the studio, and then at night it could be a a club for 4 people.
Yeah, hey, that'd be the it's the introvert club.
All right, everyone come in, don't say anything, start dancing.
Not everyone, just you, and you.
Just point to the crowd.
Yeah.
You have a little line.
That's right.
You have a little.
Hey, if you're
one
gonna
in,
be
one out.
in Charlotte this weekend and are interested, say hello. We'll probably be going out somewhere on Saturday night. I'll be posting in the Discord about that. Someone was asking earlier how they stay up with the news if they can't be on every stream on Tuesdays. Join our Discord. Great, incredible community of people hanging out there for Fab.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to stay plugged in and then also find out. There's a Charlotte thread in the Discord.
Yeah.
And you have to like right click on the Fab channel to find it somehow.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know. Go in the main thread and say, hey, can someone help me get to it's the speakeasy of Discord.
Yeah, that's true.
And you will be helped into the area. That's where we'll coordinate where we're going and stuff. But yeah, we'll probably go out Saturday night. If you're there, definitely stop by and say hello.
Also, cool. Van saying, saw the Command Zone guy wearing TC t-shirt. Yeah, that's Jake. Jake Boss MTG.
The boss,
He's
indeed.
Awesome. We talked to him actually at the Fab event is where we first met. He's been following our content for a long time. Big fan. We're huge fans of his. And maybe we'll get on that Command Zone show someday. Wouldn't that be funny?
That would be awesome.
That actually would be funny. We would do it. I would do it if they were like Jumpstart or something.
Yeah, or Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings said I'm all in.
Lord of the Rings. You heard it here first, Jake. All right, take care, everyone. I'm going to try to trigger this thing that hasn't been working all day. And if it works, that's great. Otherwise, I'm going to go over and do it manually.
Skeleton Crew
Skeleton Crew
activate.
style. So here's attempt. I actually won't be able to tell if it's working. So I'm going to press it, and then I'm going to go over there. And if it hasn't worked by the time I get over there, I'm going to press the thing. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna sit
Thank
in
you, everybody.
tomorrow.
We'll see you next time.